My wife and I have been married for 20 years, together for 23. Things have been good in our relationship for the most part. She's my best friend. She's beautiful, is a hard worker, caring, kind, and funny. We've never had any big problems except for about 6 years into our marriage. She wasn't meeting my sexual needs and I messed up. I had an emotional affair with my ex. My wife caught on when found inappropriate pictures that I had sent to my ex. She eventually forgave me and we moved on. Our sex life has had its ups and downs over the years. She's always been vanilla and I've wanted to be more adventurous, but she's not down. I've always wanted to bring in someone else or watch her with another man. She'll dirty talk those scenarios with me, but that's as far as it goes. It has left me frustrated over the years. In 2018 to 2020, my wife started going to CrossFit and lost almost 100 pounds. She started getting so much attention, which did worry me, but I never said anything. Her health improved and she felt and looked great, but I couldn't shake my worries about her. There's been nothing specific happen, just my gut feeling. This past winter, it all changed at a company Christmas party. I met her boss for the first time and just knew something was up. He's been her boss for 8 years, but I've never met him. She works at a satellite branch of her company and he's at the home office, which is 3 hours away. Things immediately seemed off between the two of them, awkward, almost like they were hiding something. And he's that attractive guy, tall, well-built, that kind of thing. The kind of man she's attracted to. She told me before the party her boss was married. At the party, I noticed that he wasn't wearing a ring. Later that evening, I asked another coworker about the boss's wife, and the coworker said he was separated. That evening after the party, I asked her why she lied to me about his relationship. She denied lying and said she had no idea that he was separated. How could she work with him for so long and not know he was separated? That is ridiculous to me. You work with someone for that long, you're going to know about their lives. I also asked why she seemed so uncomfortable around him. She didn't have an answer for that, just denied being uncomfortable. She started to cry, asked what all of these questions were about, and asked if I trust her. I told her yes because I didn't want the rest of the night to be ruined, but I don't think she believed me. I stewed over it for days. I talked to some of my friends and they also didn't see how she wouldn't know that her boss was having marital problems, but she's acting like I'm in the wrong here. I knew all about my coworkers' personal lives at my different jobs. She knows about her other coworkers' lives, but suspiciously knows nothing about his. I eventually sat her down, told her I didn't believe her about her boss, and asked to see her phone and messages. She handed me her phone but seemed really worried as I was going through her messages. I was in her FB Messenger when I found dozens of messages from a man she went to CrossFit with. She never said anything out of line to him, but he complimented her on her lift's progress many times and was clearly coming on to her with these compliments, and she allowed it. And she continued to go to CrossFit with him multiple times a week. When I told her how this was clearly an emotional affair, she apologized for not asking the gym guy for clarity what his intentions were. His compliments on her lifts, but she denies having an emotional affair with him. She also denies the stuff about her boss and refuses to take any accountability. She's even gone as far as to turn it around on me, bringing up my past emotional affair with my ex. That has nothing to do with what she's done wrong. She's trying to DARVO me and I won't allow it. She also brings up all of my shortcomings, which again is DARVO. I told her we needed to go to marriage counseling, but she drug her feet on that. She did make an appointment, but it was a month wait. She went to the appointment, but I didn't. I'm now at the point where I don't think therapy will help because she's the liar, not me. If she'd just tell me the truth, we could work through this, but she won't. I've wondered if she's a narcissist, BC. All she does is deny, lie, and gaslight me. She doesn't care that I'm hurt and dismisses me, telling me I'm the one who needs help. She even recorded me during one of our arguments without me knowing it. I think she's trying to paint me as the bad guy. I'm making my plans to leave. I can't believe she's ruined our marriage and my life. I'm not sure where to turn or what to do next. I'm currently unemployed, so finding a job is my top priority, then finding a place to live. I'd love advice from others who have gone through this. For 20 years, I believed my marriage was strong. We had weathered storms before, including my own mistake years ago, when I had an emotional affair that nearly cost me everything. But my wife forgave me, and I thought we had rebuilt something lasting. She was my partner, my best friend, the person I trusted most. But over time, things began to shift. Our intimacy had always been a struggle. I wanted more adventure, more passion, while she was content with the ordinary. I pushed those frustrations aside for years, convincing myself love and companionship were enough. Then came her transformation. Between 2018 and 2020, she lost nearly 100 pounds. She grew confident, radiant, and received attention everywhere she went. I should have been proud, and part of me was, but another part of me felt uneasy. Something inside whispered that change was coming, and not the kind I wanted. The turning point was that Christmas party. Seeing her with her boss for the first time was like watching a puzzle piece slide into place. Their awkward glances, the tension in the air, his missing wedding ring, it all screamed of something more. And when I learned he was separated, after she had told me otherwise, my suspicions only grew stronger. When I finally checked her phone, I didn't find what I expected with her boss. Instead, I uncovered dozens of messages with another man from her CrossFit gym. The words weren't explicitly romantic, but the tone was clear. Compliments piled on her day after day, week after week, and she accepted them. She encouraged them. She gave him access to a part of her life that should have been reserved for me. To me, that was an emotional affair. Maybe not in her eyes, but in mine. It was betrayal. When I confronted her, she downplayed it. She claimed she didn't know what his intentions were. She said I was overreacting. And when I pushed, she turned everything back on me. My past mistakes, my flaws, even accusing me of being controlling. It was like living inside a mirror where everything I said was twisted back against me. That's when I realized something painful. The woman I loved no longer saw me as her partner. She saw me as her enemy. I begged for counseling. I wanted us to fight for what we had left. She agreed, reluctantly. But when the day finally came, she went alone. And when she returned, there was no change, no accountability, no willingness to be honest. Instead, she recorded me without my knowledge. She painted me as unstable, as if she was building a case against me. Every step I took toward her was met with another wall. I never thought I'd be preparing for separation. I never thought the woman I loved for 23 years would become a stranger. But love cannot survive without trust, and trust cannot survive without truth. So I'm making my plans. I need a job, I need a place to live, and most of all, I need peace. Maybe one day she'll realize what she's thrown away. Maybe she won't. But as for me, I can't keep living in a lie.